Fun facts. The average U.S. property tax bill is $4,427. It's rising faster than inflation. Bonus, your 2026 cost of living increase from Social Security, a whopping 2.5%. This is a gut punch if you're on a fixed income. Your income goes up 2.5%. Your tax bill goes up 10 to 15%. That math just doesn't work. 92% of major metro areas reported property tax increases this year alone. This isn't a local problem. This is everywhere. So here's my question for you. You've spent 30 to 40 years so far paying taxes. You've paid into the schools, the roads, the fire department. You raised your kids here, built your life here. And now, in retirement, and quite possibly on a fixed income, the government is threatening to price you out of your home you may or may not have paid off. Should that even be legal? Welcome to Learning Retirement. My name is Matt, if you're new here. And today, we're going to talk about something that affects every single one of us. A quick refresh before we start. This channel is about retirement, on your own terms. The honest version, not a highlight reel. If that sounds useful, stick around. Maybe subscribe and click the like button while you're at it. Okay, let's start with the numbers, because they tell the story. Median U.S. home prices have climbed up past $400,000. Higher home values sound like good news until you realize your property tax assessment goes up right along with it, even if your income doesn't. Property taxes have jumped 10 to 20% in many markets in 2025 to 2026. 10 to 20% in 1 year. On a fixed income, that's not a bump. That can be a crisis. In New Jersey, the highest tax state, a $400,000 home costs $8,920 a year in property taxes. That's nearly $750 a month just in property taxes, on top of insurance, utilities, and maintenance. In most states, many senior homeowners are paying $5,000 to $12,000 a year. In even some affluent areas, taxes on a modest property top $12,000. That's a hell of a nice car payment worth of taxes every month. Research shows that every $100 increase in annual property taxes raises the likelihood a senior over 50 will be forced to move by 8%. That's not a theory, that's data from the Health and Retirement Study. Higher taxes literally push seniors out of their homes. They've even coined a name for what's happening to these homeowners. House rich, cash poor. You've got equity in your home, maybe a lot of it, but equity doesn't pay your tax bill. Cash does, and cash is exactly what retirees on fixed incomes don't have enough of. This isn't just a philosophical debate. Right now, in 2026, there's an actual ballot fight over it. California's 60-plus Property Tax Exemption Act of 2026 is currently gathering signatures. This would amend the California Constitution to fully exempt the primary residence of any homeowner 60 or older from standard property taxes. As of this recording, they need about 874,000 more signatures by August 4th. The pitch, homeowners 60 and over who lived in their homes 5 or more consecutive years would pay zero standard property taxes. Zero, not reduced property taxes, not frozen, zero. But that's the proposal on the table. The pushback? County officials warn it could force cuts to police, fire, roads, parks, and libraries, obviously. And here's where it gets complicated and honest, because those are real concerns that we'll get into in a little bit. Oklahoma just passed legislation for a statewide ballot to create a tiered senior property tax cap, going to voters August 2026. Oklahoma, California, New York, Ohio, this is happening in nearly every state. The pressure is building. And here's what most people don't know. Existing right now in 39 states plus Washington, D.C., they already offer some form of senior property tax release. But of course, here's the catch. None of it is automatic. You have to apply for it. Most people never do because they simply don't know it exists. Texas just passed the largest senior property tax expansion in state history. Combined, exemptions now total $200,000 for seniors with home valued at $200,000 or less, which is more than 65% of Texas seniors. School district property taxes are effectively eliminated. That's not nothing. That's massive. Even in New York, they've expanded their exemption up to 65% of the assessed home value effective in 2026. That's up from 50%. Still income limited, but a significant expansion. Florida offers up to $50,000 additional homestead exemption for seniors 65 and over, with a Save Our Homes cap limiting annual assessment increases to 3%. Florida has some of the strongest senior protections in the country, worth knowing if you're thinking about where to retire. Even good old Minnesota limits senior property tax payments to just 3% of total household income. The state covers the rest. 3% of your income, that's it. The state absorbs whatever is above that. That's how you protect people on a fixed income without kicking them out of their homes. Kansas refunds 75% of property taxes paid to qualifying low-income seniors. 75% back for those who qualify on income. Not perfect, but it's real money. The programs do exist. The relief does exist. Most people just don't know how to ask for it. If you're in a state that offers relief, and there's a good chance you are, contact your county assessor's office this week. It could save you thousands of dollars every year. Now, I want to be honest with you, because this isn't as simple as seniors shouldn't pay taxes. There's a real argument on the other side, and you deserve to hear it. Property taxes fund about 70% of all local government revenue. That's roads, fire departments, police, public libraries, parks, emergency services. Most of that comes from property taxes. If seniors are fully exempt, someone else has to cover it. Property taxes are often the primary, sometimes only funding source for public schools. Here's the awkward truth. Most seniors don't have kids in school anymore, but the schools still exist, the teachers need to be paid, and the research is clear. Well-funded schools benefit the entire community, not just the kids in them. Better educated communities have lower crime, higher property values, stronger local economies, and seniors benefit from all of that too. A blanket exemption benefits wealthy seniors equally with struggling ones. If a billionaire over 60 owns a $4 million home in California under the proposed initiative, they pay zero property tax. Same as the widow on Social Security in the house next door. That's a hard sell politically, and honestly, it probably should be. You know, younger workers are working families. They're already stretched thin as well. Shift the entire senior tax burden onto 30 and 40-year-olds who are paying mortgages, raising kids, and dealing with their own affordability crisis, and you haven't solved a problem. You've simply moved it. So what is the right answer? Here's where I land on this. A full blanket exemption for everyone over 60, regardless of income, regardless of wealth, that probably goes too far. But what we have right now also goes too far in the other direction. It's unsustainable. There's a middle ground, and it looks something like this. Income-based relief, not age-based alone. If you're a senior on a fixed income below a certain threshold, say $50,000 or $60,000 household income, your property taxes should be capped, frozen, or significantly reduced. Income matters more than age in this case. A hard freeze on assessed value at the time of retirement. You decide to retire. Your home's assessed value is locked in. It doesn't go up. Your tax bill doesn't go up. You can stay in the home for the rest of your life without fear. Simple, fair. It's already done in parts of Texas and even good old Illinois, and you know how they like taxes. School tax exemption for seniors without school-aged children. If you're 65, your kids are long gone, and the biggest piece of your tax bill is going to public schools. There's a legitimate conversation about whether that's the right structure. Texas is already moving in this direction. Enrollment, automatic enrollment, not application-based. Every qualifying senior should be automatically enrolled in whatever relief they're entitled to via their state or county. The current system, where you have to know how to apply, you have to find the form, meet the deadline, means that people most often in need are often the ones who fall through the cracks. Bottom line, you've spent decades contributing to this country. You've paid taxes that built the roads, funded the schools, supported the communities that younger generations are now living in. You shouldn't have to choose between keeping your home and keeping your lights on. So here's what I want to know from you. Have your property taxes gone up in the last couple of years? Be honest. And do you think seniors should get a break, or should everyone pay equally? Drop it in the comments. I read every one. And this is exactly the kind of conversation this channel is built for. Before you go, one practical thing. If you're a homeowner over 60, here's what I want you to do this week. Google whatever state you're in, plus the words Senior Property Tax Exemption 2026. Find out what programs exist in your state. Like I said, 39 states have something. Call your county assessor's office and ask specifically, what senior property tax relief programs am I eligible for? Don't assume you already know. These programs change all the time. Income changes, other threshold changes. You may qualify for something you didn't last year. Ask about exemptions, freezes, deferrals, and circuit breaker credits. There's 4 types of relief. Most people only know about 1, maybe 2. You want to ask about all 4. And if you qualify, apply immediately. Many of these programs are first come, first served with annual deadlines. Don't wait until next year. The money you're leaving on the table, that's real money. Property taxes aren't the most exciting topic in the world, but losing your home in retirement because of a tax bill you can't afford, that's about as real as it gets. If this was useful, hit like and subscribe. Share it with someone who needs to hear it as well. And check out those relief programs. And I'm serious, do it. That's enough for this week. Thanks for stopping by. I'll make you a deal, like I always do. I'll come back if you'll come back. Have a great week, everybody.